and welcome to Herald TV News at 3 with me, Tasleem. The Supreme Court in its 219-page order has accepted the Central Empowered Committee's recommendation and stated that the Goa Tamna 440 kV power line should be set up along the alignment of the existing power line so that fresh forest areas are not disturbed. The existing 110 kV and 220 kV line corridor has no trees and therefore this alignment will need no further trees to be felled. Goans across the state have welcomed this decision and spoke their heart out. Watch.
People's power prevails. Supreme Court says no fresh forest areas to be used in Mole for Tamna power project. Goans speak their heart and welcomes this decision. This is simply great news. The public litigation was the alignment through a virgin part of the wildlife sanctuary was bad and should not be allowed. The Supreme Court has accepted the decision of the CEC that this view is correct. The Mole campaign also heard by the CEC before it issued its final report. We accept that the other two recommendations of the CEC will also be accepted. Cloud Alvarez, the director of Goa Foundation, to Herald TV. Today's news that the Supreme Court has accepted the recommendation of the CEC that no fresh forest areas are to be disturbed for the Tamnar 444 kV power transmission line will be added to resolve to safeguard the most eco-sensitive areas of the Western Ghats and beyond the valleys. We at Going to Equate salute our learned judges and petitioner Dr. Cloud Alvarez and his dedicated team at Goa Foundation, and we now look forward for the favorable verdict against most destructive double tracking and National Highway 4A by the highest court in the land. The certainty is a silver innings on the otherwise glooming horizon. This is said by Orwell Dorado Rodriguez, the founder member of Going to Equate. 3. The people of Goa have rejected all three linear projects totally. There is no need for additional transmission lines to Goa. With the same money and without touching a tree, a solar panel can be installed for all our rooftops to get free electricity for citizens and achieve the mandatory 350 MV target set for 2022. The only reason for these transmission lines can be destruction of Goa through steel plants, real estate, speculation and other plans that are hidden from us. Abhijit Prabhudesai, the co-convener of Goyan Kolsonaka. Now watch to what some of the other activists have to say on this.
We are happy that finally the Supreme Court has taken up these cases. The CEC has also recommended that the double tracking project of the Southwestern Railway be scrapped because it is not feasible through the Mole forest, as the same Mole campaign has been shouting on the streets. People have been coming on the streets, and this has taught us that when people come together to ask for something that is genuine, Supreme Court is with us. Thank you, Supreme Court. Thank you, CEC. Thank you, Goa Foundation, for taking up our case to the highest level. We anxiously waited for this day. Finally, our Supreme Court had spoken, upheld the first recommendation by the CEC, that is Tamnar power transmission line through Mole forests, that it should be realigned along the existing one without cutting any fresh forest. And we are hopeful that in the remaining two projects as well, Supreme Court will uphold the recommendations given by the CEC. सुमार एक वर्स फाटी सुप्रीम कोर्टाची centrally empowered committee गोंया आयिल्ली, and they studied the matter. And we were happy that the recommendations given by CEC would save Mole forest. But unfortunately, our government was just bulldozing through these three linear projects.
आम्ही जे झूज मारलेले against the three linear projects, the double tracking of railways, the expansion of national highways, the 400 kV transmission line, हांचेर Supreme Courtan एक 3-member CEC appoint केल्ली, Central Empowered Committee. The last January 2021 Goya illi, they met all the stakeholders, different organizations, affected parties, आणि ताणे आपणाचो रिपोर्ट मांडलो आणि सुप्रीम कोर्टान सबमिट केलो. आयज आमकां न्यूज मेवला की सुप्रीम कोर्टान तो रिपोर्ट एक्सेप्ट केला. And that report clearly says that these 3 linear projects are not beneficial to Goa, especially damaging to the ecology of Goa. I would like to thank Goa Foundation kidak thane ee case madli Supreme Courtan. I would also like to thank Goincho Ekot, Goincho Awaz, Save Mole Front, Goyan Kolsonaka, Chikali Youth Farmers Club, all the youth, all the people in Goa, across India, across the globe. They came in support of the fight that we took against the 3 linear projects. I would like to specially thank Father Balmax Pereira, who was the inspiration, the motivation behind gathering all the youth. Ani sagli is Zagrutka Adpag across Goa. We traveled to 84 villages giving awareness programs. I would fail if I don't mention the special role played by late Julio Aguirre. Akhe goy bhor bholo, documents collect kele, and based on that, Goa Foundation filed a case in the Supreme Court. I would like to assure all the Goans the fight will continue, the battle will continue for a better Goa, for a safe Goa, for a beautiful Goa for the future generations.
It is Clinton D'Souza for Herald TV.
Tourism Minister Rohan Khaunte has insisted on quality tourism as his long-term aspiration. He said it is the thought process and we need to develop the infrastructure. He also called on media not to create controversy on the issue. We are not going to shut down what is going on and then start a new tourism, he said. Rohan also informed that he took stock of the manpower, areas of action and vision of the Department of IT and Tourism to chart out the roads ahead. Rohan also talked of the need of Tourism Trade Act.
Tourism Minister Rohan Khaunte has insisted on quality tourism as his long-term aspiration. He said that it is a tough process and we need to develop the infrastructure. Rohan Khaunte also talked of the need for a Tourism Trade Act.
काल तरी खंय तरी चर्चेक आयकलें की कोण तरी म्हणटा की क्वालिटी रोखडी कित्याक 80% आतांच आमकां नॉर्मल येता. वी हॅव टू अंडरस्टँड अ विजन ऑफ अ गव्हर्मेंट. विजन ऑफ द गव्हर्मेंट इज टॉकिंग अबाउट क्वालिटी टुरिस्ट. अशें न्ही की आजूच जातले फाल्यांच जातले. क्वालिटी टुरिस्ट हाडपाक बॅकबोन तयार करचो पडटा, इन्फ्रास्ट्रक्चर तयार करचें पडटा. बट वी हॅव टू हॅव अ प्लॅन अहेड. इट इज नॉट अबाउट टॉकिंग फॉर टुडे एंड टुमॉरो. सो आय थिंक पीपल इन द media, everybody should be responsibly talking. We need them to participate with us rather than criticizing topics which are irrelevant. Tourism also and IT portfolio charge somara घेतिल्लो. So I had to understand the functioning infrastructure presently available as far as the manpower is concerned, how we are handling, what is being handled under Department of Tourism, what is being handled under Goa Tourism Development Corporation. आमी सध्या status कितें आसा. From the vision and the plan the government carries, what we carry for tourism as far as Goa is concerned, आमकां कळपाक पयलो स्टेटस कळपाक जाय. कालच्या दिसाक वी हॅव रिव्ह्यूड द डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ टुरिझम अँड द टुरिझम डेव्हलपमेंट कॉर्पोरेशन टू अंडरस्टँड वेअर वी स्टँड, वेअर आर वी टुडे, आणि फुडें स्टेप्स घेवच्या पयलीं वॉट करेक्शन्स आर रिक्वायर्ड, वॉट चेंजीस आर रिक्वायर्ड. वी नीड टू गेट रिफॉर्म्स, वी नीड टू पुट स्ट्रक्चरली द बॅकबोन टुगेदर फॉर अ प्लॅन अहेड. जाल्यार पयलो स्टेटस कळपाक जाय, तो काल घेतिल्लो.
William Rodrigues for Herald TV.
Agriculture Minister Ravi Naik has declared his firm commitment to encourage farmers to take up cultivation. He said all uncultivated land, whether private or government, would be the focus of cultivation. He said maximum benefits would be given to farmers and the state and central schemes would be tapped for the same. Asked about safeguarding the field from salt water, Ravi said he would look into the issue. He also talked about cultivation of Ayurvedic plants. Ravi was speaking after taking over as the Agriculture Minister.
Agriculture Minister Ravi Naik declares his firm commitment to encourage farmers to take up cultivation. State and central government schemes will be extended to farmers. Uncultivated land, whether private or government, will be taken up for cultivation.
जे कोण रोयना बिना तांकां एनकरेज करतले की तेणी रोयच्यो कित्याक आयज गरजेचें आसा आनी तांकां इन्कम मेळटा.
ओके.
शेतकऱ्यांक.
ओके.
आमी जास्तीत जास्त बेनिफीट आहा पळय ते तांकां दिवपा पळयतले. प्लस सेंट्रलची कितें स्किमी आहा त्यो कितें आसले जाय ते वाडून तांकां आमी दिवपाचे प्रयत्न करतले.
फर्टिलायझर्सची सबसिडीचेर खूब
कितें मोठे मोठे स्किमी आहा बट आमचे कडेन आतां कांय मेळ्ळे कांय येवंक पासून ते तरी आमी पळयतले आनी तांकां कितें जाय बेनिफीट आनी आमची हांगसर खंयची हांगसर झाडां जाता आमची क्लायमेट कसली आनी ते क्लायमेटीक अकॉर्डींग क्लायमेटी प्रमाणे आमी ती झाडां लावपाची खंयची जाता कितें जाता तें आमी पळोवन तांकां आमी डिस्कस करता पयलीं आग्रीच्या डायरेक्टरा कडेन.
ओके.
आनी ते म्हायती घेता सगळी तेची इन्फॉर्मेशन घेता आनी त्या प्रमाणे आमी फुडलें काम करता.
William Rodrigues for Herald TV.
A car plunged into the sea at Sirdaw and was fished out by a crane on Thursday evening. The occupants of the car are reportedly safe. The cause of the incident is yet to be determined. It may be noted that the retaining wall on the seafront is apparently very low. A number of people park their cars near the retaining wall and enjoy the pleasant view of the Zuari River.
A car plunged into Sirdaw Beach, Goa on Thursday evening. A crane fished out the car. The occupants in the car are reportedly safe. Clinton D'Souza for Herald TV.
One person was injured in a self-accident at Sirsai TV. The cause of the accident is said to be the dangerous potholes on the Sirsai TV highway. Locals claim that it has been over 7 years since the roads are in a bad condition. Repeated requests to the Panchayat and the PWD department to repair these roads have gone in vain. The locals have now requested the concerned authorities to patch up the potholes to avoid such accidents.
An accident injuring one took place at Sirsai TV Highway, Goa. The rider lost control of the bike due to the potholes on the highway. Locals claim that for 7 years the roads have been in bad condition. Despite repeated requests to the concerned authorities, the roads have not been repaired.
आम्ही कितले रिक्वेस्ट केली पंचायतीक केली सगळे ग्रामसभेक ठराव घेतले धाडून दिले पण आज PWD किंवा कोणाचेच तेजे लक्ष पावना. आता इलेक्शन जाले इलेक्शन जावन सुद्धा आमकां दिलेले कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट आसल्या कारणान हे जायना म्हणून पण आता परत म्हयनो जाय दिलो परत पळयात हे खड्डे कशे पडलेले. टू व्हिलर जर ये जाल्यार ती कंट्रोल हातान जायना ती एका सायडीक धांवता कारण ते खड्डे अशे पडलेले मेन रस्त्याक आनी मदीं खड्डे पडलेले ते पळयात ते दाखयात हायलायट करा.
हे रस्ते आता हो रस्तो आता कितले वर्सां आसा
हे आता कंटिन्यू गेले 7 वर्सां हे अशेंच आसा. आमी काल आमच्या युथांनी सगळ्यांनी फुडाकार घेवन थंयसर जो मेन खड्डो पडलेलो तेजेर आमी थोडेशे डांबर किंवा कॉन्क्रीट घालून ते आमी थोडे बंद केल्ले आसा. अशाच पद्दतीन सगळें हे चालूच आसा हांगासर.
आणि त्याच कारणाक लागून हो आयज मेजर एक्सिडंट हांगर जाल्लो आसा.
ते भुरगे पळय आयज कितलो ताका मार बसलेलो आसा आयज तेज्यात कितलो तकलेर मार बसलो बरें दिसना. आमी सांगून सुद्दां थकले पळयात कशें मार बसलेलो आहा तो खंयचीच घेयना. सगळ्यांक सांगून पळयलें आमी न्हू सगळ्या गोश्टीक सगळे ग्रामसभेक तर ठराव घेवन आमी धाडटात बाबा ते रोड ते पंचायत सरळ सांगता की आमचें काम न्हू ते PWDचें काम PWDन ते रोड सारके करपाक जाय म्हणून. पण आता खंयच्या एटलिस्ट पॅचअप तरी केल्ले न्हू जाल्यार तितले प्रॉब्लेम जायना न्हू कित्याक हे खड्डे पडले पळय ते गाडी कंट्रोल जायना तेतून त्या वणक्यांनी एके सायडीक गाडी धांवता म्हणजे टू व्हिलर तर कंट्रोलूच जायना आता.
Bureau report for Herald TV.
Mumbai City is all set to represent India in the grandest tournament to be held in Asia, that is AFC Champions League or the ACL. The opening game for the Islanders will be against Saudi Arabia's Al-Shabaab on Friday. Head coach of Mumbai City, Des Buckingham, said that FC Mumbai City will adapt but stick to the core principles. The aim is to win the match and then we'll take it from there, says Des Buckingham.
Mumbai City FC aims maiden victory for Indian clubs in ACL as they lock horns with Al-Shabaab. The opening game for the Islanders will be against Saudi Arabia's Al-Shabaab on Friday night. Mumbai City FC head coach Des Buckingham has a dream to see his side become the first ever Indian team to register a victory in the prestigious AFC Champions League. Mumbai City FC is the only second Indian team to take part in the competition. FC Goa was the first team to represent the nation in the previous season.
Yeah, I think when you also put into the fact that last year's last year's competition was held in India as well, so we had the fortune of hosting this wonderful tournament and the familiarity that comes with that. And Goa did. They've got 3 points from 3 draws out of the 6 games. And the pleasing thing with that is it shows that players, Indian players in particular, can compete at this level on the first opportunity they had. So if we take anything from that from the playing group, the players can take that experience alone to see that, yes, there may be a gap between our league and maybe others in this side of the world. But that gap, Goa have shown that we can compete and can compete and get points. So that's the first starting point. The second would be, yes, we've watched the games, and to use Goa again as that reference point, because they're the only team we can. In our league, Goa have consistently, in the last 2 years, been a team that plays a certain style of football, and it's very possession-based. When they finish top in terms of possession, they control games that way. When it comes to the Champions League, that dipped significantly. They give up a lot more of the ball than they do in our own leagues. There's lessons that we've learned around how we have to approach these games, because we know the quality of the teams we are coming up against and the players they have. We have to be very smart about our game approach and how we go about that. So yes, there's been lessons learned from that, but the pleasing thing is, like I said, it's shown already that Indian players can compete at this level. Yeah, we've actually been preparing for this tournament in Abu Dhabi. We've had 2 weeks before we came to Riyadh, which we arrived here last week. Whilst we were in Abu Dhabi for 2 weeks of the training camp, we were fortunate to go and see Al Jazeera live in their game, so that really helped. We do a lot of work before we come to this tournament to look at how they play and what they do with some of the areas we feel we can take advantage of and where their strengths are. But to go and see the game live just helped put a bit more detail behind it. And then the other night we were also fortunate to be able to go and watch the game here, the Al Shabab game. So we took our start after that. So we've seen the games live, and that's only helped some of the preparation that we've had, both in terms of training, but also the work that we've done before we got here.
What did you find in Shabab?
Shabab, they're very good. It's a very good team. They're very good individual players that are technically very proficient. The speed of the game is very quick, and we need to be very smart about not giving too many opportunities away on our goal. So I think opportunities that we may get away with, or things we may get away with in our own league, in the Indian Super League, we won't get away with too many of those at this level because of the quality and the standard of the player. So they're the lessons we've learned. I'll keep it to ourselves until after the game, some of the stuff that we hope to exploit when we have the ball as well. But we know it's going to be a challenge. We need to be top of our game to perform and to try and get results from these games.
Clinton D'Souza for Herald TV.
That's all we have in today's news bulletin. Thanks for watching Herald TV News. For more news alerts, please follow us on O Heraldo on Facebook and Twitter. Take care and goodbye.